Let's now begin structuring your online shop. In this unit, we will focus on creating your first categories, which are essential for organizing your product and enhancing the shopping experience for your customers. To illustrate this process, we will use a practical example throughout the whole learning path. In our scenario, we will be setting up an online shop for musical instruments like guitars, basses, and some accessories. Understanding categories is key when setting up your online shop. They don't just organize your product catalog, they help structuring the entire shop. This makes designing your main menu and footer menu so much easier. Head over to your Shopware installation and go through the catalog section. Then click on categories. On the left, you will see an overview of all your categories and landing pages. For now, we will just focusing on the categories and not on the landing pages. On the left side, you will notice two main structuring elements, home and the footer menu. The home category is the main entry point for the primary navigation in your storefront. On the other hand, the footer menu helps you to organize the navigation at the bottom and helps your shop. You can check out the subcategories in the footer menu and compare them with how they show up in your storefront to get a better idea of how they work. Let's create together two categories in the main navigation and then check out the result in the storefront. It's important to remember that after creating these categories, you need to activate them. Otherwise, they won't show up in the storefront. To do this, I would just click on the three dots and then create a new subcategory for the home menu. I will name the one guitar and the other one will be named as bass. And then I click on the X to stop this process. Now I will activate the two categories by clicking on them. And I need to wait and click on active and save it. You need to do this for both of the categories that we are now creating. Let's take a look at the storefront. Here we can see now that the two categories appear right after the home category in the main navigation. And now feel free to pause this video and check out if it looks the same on your end. Back in the administration, let's take a look at the category details by just clicking on it. For now we are at the guitar category. Let's go into the bass category. Yeah, so we can see here four tabs: General, Products, Layout, and SEO. Let's first of all start with the General tab. Here you can first of all set a name to a category or afterwards rename this category. And on the right side, there is the active toggle. This controls the active state as already mentioned before, allowing you to work on the category without affecting its visibility to the customer. Inactive categories are simply hidden. Okay, next one goes the tags. These are useful for automations like tagging categories as fragile or highly explosive or both to enable customized shipping methods. Then, last but not least, we have the category type. You can choose between a page or a list, a structuring element or an entry point, or a link. Then underneath that, there are some advanced settings, but we will not go through that in detail in this video. You can just look it up in the documentation. Now let's take a look at the other tabs. For example, products. This tab allows you to manually select products associated with the category or use dynamic product groups, which we will come later in another video. Then we got the layout tab. There you can choose between different details or layouts for your category. You can configure the layout to suit specific needs, like showcasing large emotional images for guitars. Feel free to experiment with different layouts to find out what works the best for each category in your shop. Last but not least, we got the SEO tab. This allows you to define parameters for the search engine optimization, short SEO. I think this will blow up the video if we go through the points in detail, but you can look it up in our documentation as well. I've prepared a little task for you, where you will create a complex category structure in the administration, which we will use throughout the rest of the training. You can take the structure from this video and pause it to set things up. During this task, you will need to delete or create things multiple times. That's perfectly fine. If you're watching this video directly in our community hub, you will find also the structure listed as text below in this unit. Once you're done, it should look something like this in the storefront. I will now hover over the categories so that you can take a look. And after that, you successfully completed this unit.